On to you, Capricorn. So you have the Two of Cups, the Devil, which is Capricorn, the Four of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Death card, the Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Ace of Cups. So you definitely showed up in your own reading. Second card too. You know, it really didn't take you very long at all. So for you Capricorns, right, the Two of Cups, the Devil, and the Four of Wands, a lot of you Capricorns, you know, a lot of you happen to be in a situation where, well, first and foremost, I say that some of you Capricorns right around now, you need to be very careful of running into any kind of interaction with anybody very quickly. Because the Two of Cups and the Devil, the two of you, right, if you Capricorns meet anybody around this time, and the two of you seem to be going quite well, you really want to pay attention to this. Do not rush the relationship. Do not rush this interaction, because you're going to like it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it a little bit too much. The two of you are going to start to become attached too quickly. And guess what? Then, of course, you're going to start to have problems, because the Four of Wands, things are going to start off very well at first, right? The first three cards, two of you meet, y'all are good, y'all become super attached, fast-paced relationship. Four of Wands, things seem to be going quite well. Here's the problem though. The problem is the Page of Swords and the Three of Wands, the Death card coming up, right? So these cards represents, it's not going to last very long, because the Page of Swords and the Three of Wands, this person, they're looking to just smash and go, pretty much. They're not really looking for anything long-term, because the Death card, they're not really looking for anything long-term, okay? From here to here, they're not looking for anything long-term. They're used to coming in, right, showing up, getting in the door, get off, get out, if you know what I mean. You know, they're not really looking for anything too serious. But the problem is, with you Capricorns, they had to get you to think that you were special. You know, all of the cuddly things. You were special. And that you were the only person in the world meant for them. And, you know, with them being attractive to you, right, you seeing these people as attractive, it made it easier, because, you know, you have an attractive person on either side, regardless of whatever you're into, telling you that they find you to be attractive and telling you a lot of the things that you want to hear. So the Seven of Wands represents you. Look at how this person is. How this person is essentially trying to keep, right, is in the wilderness and trying to keep all of the other animals away that's trying to pick at this person, right, with the wand. So this represents you Capricorns, right? You have to be very patient around new people that you happen to be meeting, because not everybody who you're interacting with really has your long-term best interest in mind, right? Wise decisions where you don't get messed up. They're really looking for short-term, like I said, Page of Swords, Three of Wands, the Death card. They're looking for short-term interactions, short-term relationships. They're not looking for anything super long. They're not looking for a relationship. They're not looking for anything long-term. They only get you to misread or to misconceive or to misperceive that they want something with you long-term. Because of the fact that the two of y'all hit it off quite well and things seem to be rolling, and it just seems so interesting. But the Seven of Wands represents you Capricorns have to make sure to not give it up to them so fast. And what's going to happen here is that that's ultimately going to deter them, because the Page of Pentacles represents, for you Capricorns who keep it slow and steady, right? You're going to be able to see them leave, because they're not planning on sticking around for a long time either way, regardless of whether they get it or they don't. So a lot of you Capricorns are going to be feeling very good, right? For the ones who see it for what it is. For you Capricorns who take my word and you practice kind of dubbing them like, nah, you're not really planning on smashing in that sense. even if they may want to. And you're going to see the value in it, because you're going to see how it is that they pick up and leave right after that. Because regardless of whether they got some or they didn't, they were always planning on leaving, because again, they wasn't planning on sticking around for a very long time. So the judgment now is about how, you know, that this really does speak to how you're stepping your game up when it comes to these judgment calls. You're able now to understand, to really kind of sniff out when someone is really BSing you, and, you know, when they're really trying to get in good with you just to be able to get something short term, or when they're actually when they're actually truthful and transparent about really getting to know you. So your judgment as Capricorns is starting to raise, right? You're starting to be able to read people like a book. And the Ace of Cups now represents, because a lot of that comes from experience, right? The Ace of Cups, a lot of that comes from experience. A lot of you Capricorns, you want love, and like people won't give that to you, because that's the last thing. Love isn't even on the list. You know what I mean? If we're keeping it 100 with a lot of others, love isn't even on the list. They'll say that. Some people say that they love you, right? Start playing games with you, right? If you, like I said before, if you find yourself in a position with somebody, regardless on either side, whatever you're into, where the two of y'all go well, as soon as the two of you make an agreement, right, that y'all like each other, right, that y'all tell each other that you like them, now all of a sudden they start going crazy. That's a person that's like I said, that's possessed. You can't be with somebody like that. You know, you can't ultimately be with somebody like that. That's a person that's too far gone and spiritually compromised. Soon as you tell them that you're interested in them, they got to get out of there. They got to be like, oh, okay, I can't hang around them. So the Ace of Cups, right, represents you're able to see through this, and this type of stuff is very easy for you to see through, because this is something that you've already been through. If a person is not really willing to open up their heart and really get to know you the honest way, the transparent way, it's going to be much harder. And what did I tell you a week ago? What did I tell you, right, a couple of days ago? What did I tell you a week ago? What did I tell you 2 weeks ago? A lot of people are going to start to become very upset at the fact that they can't get one over on you, Aquarius, anymore. Because you, Aquarius, are telling these people what time it is, that you're not interested in anything super fast paced, because that's my cat. These people don't even know you like that, you know, and they're already trying to jump your bones, right? The Death card, they're already trying to jump your bones before you even get a chance to find out what their last name is. So let's clarify the Death card. Let's clarify the Death card. You have the Ten of Pentacles, Temperance, Three of Cups, and the Hierophant. Yeah, you know, yeah, the Ten of Pentacles, these are people who essentially wanted you to feel so connected to them that you do something very fast-paced without actually thinking about it, actually meaning give it up. And the Temperance represents a lot of you Capricorns use your wisdom. And a lot of you realize that you just can't automatically, just because the two of you work well together at first, seemingly, that you just open up, you know, so to speak. The Three of Cups and the Hierophant is about how, this is about how, right, and have this fast encounter, because the Three of Cups represents casual encounters, right? I don't want to say the word, but casual encounters. That's one thing that the Three of Cups can represent. It can represent cheating in certain cases, right? But it also represents casual encounters. Again, more of proof that they really wasn't planning on sticking around in the first place. But the Hierophant, they looked at you like some, unfortunately, you know, don't want to say this, but they kind of looked at you like some kind of bet. Like, you know, they bet themselves, or they may have bet, you know, some people who they were talking to, right? Maybe even a friend that they can get you, right? At, you know, somebody that they was with. Maybe even they bet themselves. They was thinking it to themselves that, you know, they could get what they wanted from you, and they would be gone before you even woke up, before you even knew what happened. But obviously it didn't work out that way. They lost that bet. So now they, you know, so they look stupid. So let's clarify the judgment here. Right. So let's clarify the judgment here. We have the moon, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, okay, you have the Ace of Cups, right? Because to clarify the judgment, okay, to clarify the judgment, the moon and the Ace of Pentacles, right, is all about them ghosting you because they either got what they wanted or they didn't get what they want. But like I said, you Capricorn stayed true to yourself and you stayed strong. A lot of you didn't cave into the peer pressure that they were trying to give out, and they still dipped out because that was their original plan. They was never planning on sticking around in the first place. So the Fool and the Ace of Cups represents where it is that they gone to find someone new, right? After they disappeared, they're off to someone new for them to be able to do the same thing, to see if they get what it is that they want from that person, right? And maybe it may work out for that other person where that other person may reject them. Maybe they won't, and they may cave. But the point is, right, the most important part is you Capricorns yourselves didn't cave. So you really want to give yourselves a pat on the back for that. So let's clarify the Ace of Cups. You have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Emperor, wow, and then you have the Lovers. Okay. To clarify the Ace of Cups. Yeah, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords is about you Capricorns, like I said, being ready for anything. You know, being able to see through, being a little bit clairvoyant yourself in the sense that, you know, knowing or seeing someone's intentions, knowing that, you know, when someone is being sincere, knowing when someone is not necessarily being sincere, because you feel it, you see it. They give tells away, right? Some of them are impatient. Whatever the tell is, you're able to see it now. And the Emperor and the Lovers represents, yeah, they're preying on people. They can only prey on people who don't know who they are and have no real internal self-value and self-worth. They could play those types of people, but they're not going to play you, because you Capricorns, right? Yeah, you may want a relationship and all of that. And that may be something that a lot of Capricorns may really want deep down, right? You want to be loved, you want to be cherished, you want to be remembered, you want to be respected, right? But a lot of you Capricorns understand now that it comes from in here. It starts in here and in here. It starts from you, right? And you've been working on that, and people are not going to come through, just tell you some words where they care about you, they like you, and it sounds good, but, you know, you just give it up super fast, and the next thing you know, they move on, and then they showed you that they was never really in it for a long time in the first place, because they're not trying to really grow roots anywhere. So you got it. You got this. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Come through, right? Get some more readings from me. Get my book. Get my my hoodies from the Teespring store if you would, right? All of that so I can keep the show going. I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. It's all thanks to you subscribers, you loyal subscribers, that, you know, things are very much so possible. If there was no you, there would be no me.